Hello, Gemini, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second. I have the tarot deck already shuffled that we'll be using, the clarification deck already shuffled that we will be using, and the advice deck that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Gemini, in your recent past, you have the answers you need are coming with the Seven of Swords. This, to me, is an energy of feeling very in the dark. And the Seven of Swords is like something that is actually being hidden from you, like answers or a path or guidance or, reasons, understanding, all of those things combined. And I feel like this past energy had a purpose because oftentimes, the universe will put us through situations that do make us feel very lost because throughout finding our way kind of back to ourselves and back to like finding our center again, we learn a lot. And that whatever we learn in that process is usually what we can then use to get us to that next level. And so I feel like for you in your recent past, this energy of like not really knowing what to do or when you're going to get there, how you're going to get there, where you're even going. That was very intentional energy, though I feel like it was probably pretty difficult to navigate. In your current energy, you have a time for healing with the 10 of Cups in reverse. I really like this message too because I do feel like things aren't going as expected for you. I feel like you're in a place where maybe you thought you'd be in a different part of your life than you are right now, or you thought that things would unfold different than they did, or you thought you'd be further along on your journey. These expectations that we kind of have a tendency to have and then grasp onto. I feel like right now you're feeling really let down by them. But the reason that I like this message is because, again, you have this card that is talking about a time for healing. You're supposed to not have all of the answers right now. I really feel like you're supposed to be in the place that you are to get you to where you're trying to go. Now, maybe you've been in this place for a while and you're like, I'm freaking tired of this. I'm tired of feeling the same way every day, or I'm tired of, being disappointed, or whatever the case is. But the purpose behind the energy that you're in is bigger than you might be able to fully understand right now. And again, that does feel like it's very intentional. Now, the overall energy for the reading is the universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. And this right now, I feel like is what the universe is really asking you to cling to, is believing that what you've been through and what you're going through is leading you to something good. Even if you're like, I don't know how the hell, something good can come of this, or I don't know, how this could actually be for a good purpose. Because oftentimes when we're in the middle and the thick of a journey, it doesn't feel like it's good. But leaning into that faith that things are working out for us, even when we don't feel like they are, is going to make things a hell of a lot easier. Now, in your immediate future, you have a fiery climax approaches with the Temperance in reverse. To me, the way that I'm reading this message is this is what you've been waiting for. The Temperance in reverse is an energy of maybe being a little bit impatient about it, but that's okay. We've all been there. But this climax, it kind of feels like all of this is kind of coming to a head almost. Like all of it is kind of getting you to this point. And then I feel like once you can kind of get over that hump, it's smooth sailing from there. But let's see what tarot has to say. Let's start, Gemini, by looking at your recent past. You have the answers you need are coming with the Seven of Swords. What Gemini needs to know regarding their recent past. Reset past for Gemini. One more. Reset past for Gemini, please. It didn't turn all the way around. I want it to turn all the way around or hit the table. Diving into Gemini's recent past. It's funny because that one that was going to come out but didn't was the King of Cups. And then you have the Queen of Cups. So this is interesting with you being an air sign here. Oh, I get what it's saying though. Gemini, a lot of your past was kind of surrounded, it kind of surrounded the energy of like being, so you have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So this is an energy to me of being everything for everyone else to the extent that you start kind of trying to, maybe even without realizing it, putting yourself on the back burner, putting what you need and what you desire on the back burner. And I feel like what that has done is it has actually kept you from a lot of the opportunities that were really meant for you. Because I feel like it's not that you were doing anything wrong. I feel like you were trying to show up as the best version of yourself, are trying to show up as the best version of yourself. But yet it feels like there's this level of like prioritizing other people, maybe other people's expectations of you or other people's needs or other people's desires. And I feel like enough, I mean, not just I feel like, I'm sure, I'm certain of the fact that enough time in that energy can start to weigh really heavy on you, because it can start to feel as if you don't have a place in your own life. Like you're living your life for other people, and you don't really feel like you're experiencing any of the fulfillment that you want and desire. Now, all the time I hear in the comments, these cards kind of come out. And it's like, oh, well, no, this is talking about a water sign that I'm dealing with. And if that's the case for you, that is, that can absolutely be true. But the way that I'm reading this message, and when it comes down to it, our relationships with other people are a reflection of ourselves. So kind of trying to redirect this energy to what's going on here with you. Because with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it does feel like there have been certain opportunities for you that haven't been able to manifest because so much of your time and your energy is going into like helping other people fulfill their opportunities almost. No shame in that. Reset past for Gemini, please. Just feel like there's this energy of being strong for like everyone around you, but lacking, but like so much so that it feels like you can't be strong for yourself because there's so much going into like supporting other people. Judgment in reverse with the Five of Pentacles. I also want to mention that supporting other people is a fantastic thing to do, but we can only show up in this world for other people to the extent that we show up for ourselves first. Otherwise, you're going to eventually find yourself pouring from an empty cup. And that is not something that is sustainable. Okay. Right? This Judgment in reverse with Five Pentacles. This is kind of this energy about needing to see beyond the circumstances to the truth of what's really going on, which I really do try to do in my readings. I try to direct energy and focus to the purpose behind energy, right? And this Judgment in reverse, this could be kind of needing to get honest with yourself about what's really kind of going on here. Because this Five of Pentacles, it can be a loss or a place of lack, or, just overall kind of feeling like you don't have what it is that you need or you desire. And there's always a reason for that. If you are not living the life that you desire, it's because there's something else going on. There's a reason for it. And the universe is asking you to try to look at the truth behind what's going on here. Because I do feel like, again, this time where you're feeling very lost and you're feeling very unsure, and you're feeling very stuck, that I feel like you've been going through, is it was the purpose for it is some sort of a lesson to help move you forward in a better direction. So I do feel like the universe is asking you to see past what's going on to like the reason behind it. Recent past for Gemini. Overall energy for, hang on. Well, there you are. The King of Swords. I didn't like the way that came out, but the Emperor in reverse. This is you trying to maintain control. I want more on that though. You trying to maintain control, which has led to more confusion and more overwhelm. Whether you're male or female, this King of Swords can be you. That's why we saw the King and Queen of Cups in the beginning. Emperor in reverse with the Seven of Wands. Or Seven of Cups, not Seven of Wands. What the heck? A lot of cups, actually. Okay. You're maintaining control has led to this confusion of how to move forward to these opportunities that are meant for you. I feel like I'm going to get more information on what this control aspect is talking about. You know, we oftentimes try to control outcomes by maybe clinging to what doesn't serve us or over giving because we think that we have to in order to receive bare minimum or even just like the minimum of what it is that we're deserving of. And whatever this is talking about for you, it's definitely something that I feel like you have struggled with in multiple areas of your life. Like this isn't just about a relationship or a career or a financial situation. Like this could very well be able, you could very well be able to apply this energy like across the board. You know, our control is ultimately what gets in the way of our blessings. And with the answers you need are coming in the Seven of Swords, oftentimes the universe will keep from us what could be so that we make the decision for ourselves. For instance, if the universe came down and was like, if you left this relationship that doesn't serve you, you are guaranteed to have this one that is the best for you. You'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Well, just walk away from this relationship. Obviously, it wouldn't be that easy. But if there was guarantees, then you wouldn't learn anything because you'd just jump from one experience to the next. And so embracing the unknown with the faith that when we choose ourselves and we make decisions that are best for us, which then ultimately become the decisions that are best for everybody around us, we then are able to see a clear path forward. But I feel like right now, because you've been trying to maintain that control, there's been confusion and overwhelm about, well, how to move forward at all. But this was your past, so let's see what your current energy is talking about. You have a time for healing with the Ten of Cups in reverse. Current energy for Gemini, a time for healing with the Ten of Cups in reverse. This time period in your life, because there you are again, King of Swords, and you have the Hermit, and you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, is to shine a light on the reason behind you not having what it is that you need. The reason behind this lack. Do you feel you are deserving of what it is that you desire? Do you believe that you are capable of achieving whatever it is that you desire? Do you believe that the universe is on your side and supporting you to get there? Do you believe that that's possible in general? Shining a light on why you're in this place of lack, because I do feel like you're struggling with lack right now, whether it's in finances or whether it's in um, like happiness. Like it can be emotional lack too. I feel like it's more physical. I feel like it's more material, like not having something that you feel like you need or desire. But that lack, there's lack is never true spiritually. There's always a reason why we are experiencing lack, and it's never that we are deserving of that lack, or that that's just like what that's just it for us. That's never the case. If you are experiencing loss or lack, then you have not reached your destination. And so shining a light on why this 5 of Pentacles is occurring can certainly help you understand the deeper purpose of what it is that you're experiencing, because I feel like that's the biggest thing that's trying to come through in these readings. Current energy for Gemini, clarifying a time for healing with the 10 of Cups in reverse. You're second guessing something that you need to do, or like second guessing your path as a whole. Second guessing yourself, which is causing you to second guess your path here. Why though? Because somehow I want this to tie in to your past. Maybe because you're like second guessing actually putting yourself first, like choosing yourself. Clarifying this? Because things aren't happening the way that that you thought that they would. I feel like things are taking longer than you expected, which is causing you to second guess, but that is on purpose. The reason we second guess ourselves is because we fear it's never going to happen. We doubt ourselves. We doubt whether we're deserving. We doubt whether the universe is supporting us. And if you woke up tomorrow, whatever it is that you desire, just on your doorstep, here's the life of your dreams, without actually working through any of that self-doubt or any of those fears or any of those insecurities, you would still have that doubt, those fears, and those insecurities, and you would therefore use that doubt, fear, and insecurity to manifest it away in some way, shape, or form. So when we're on the path to what it is that we desire in any form, when we face those moments where it feels like things aren't working out and things aren't going our way, certainly not as we expected, and we start doubting ourselves and we start doubting our path as a whole, those moments are us actually experiencing these beliefs that we have about ourselves, the doubt, the self-doubt, um, the limiting beliefs that we have. That's actually us experiencing those like in real time, and being able to navigate those by leaning into faith and following guidance and not allowing that fear and that doubt to make decisions for you is what can get you to where you're trying to go. Because when you take steps out of your comfort zone and you start trying to pursue things that are meant for you, you're going to start to experience that doubt. Sorry, I just kind of had like this. The lack that you're experiencing is a manifestation of your self-doubt. And I feel like it ties into this Because the reason that you maintain control is to try to overpower this self-doubt. And so the reason that you were always spending so much of your time and energy prioritizing everyone else around you is because, in a sense, that alleviated your self-doubt because it made you feel more worthy. You being valuable for other people made you feel more worthy and more deserving, but left you with very little energy to invest in yourself. So all of this, everything that you're going through, ties into these feelings of second guessing yourself and self-doubt that you're experiencing. Because I feel like you getting what you deserve is like guaranteed as long as you stay the course. You getting what you deserve and desire. Current energy for Gemini. As long as you are able to invest your energy in you and what it is you need and desire. Current energy for Gemini. So it's the self-doubt that is where it's stemming from. There you are, again, with the Seven of Swords. Because right now, same Seven of Swords is right there. Right now, you're so in the unknown. Things are so unpredictable. I feel like you don't know how things are going to turn out, but that's on purpose. You're not supposed to know. You're just supposed to know that it's going to work out. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. This is what you're needing to lean into right now. You're not supposed to have the answers right now. And the second guessing and self-doubt that you're experiencing is merely like an opportunity, if you will, for you to work through it. Okay, I've switched up the way for this round that I'm doing these general readings, and I'm actually, okay, I just threw that back in backwards. I'm actually going to go back through now and clarify, which is good because this reading has kind of been a little bit, it just feels like it's telling multiple stories, and so I'm interested to see how it all ties in. So let's start, Gemini, with your recent past. Clarifying this Queen of Cups. Recent past for Gemini. Recent past for Gemini, clarifying the Queen of Cups. Seven of Swords. We've now seen the Seven of Swords in all three decks with the Nine of Swords. But I want to know how it relates to this Queen of Cups. I feel like this is, for the first time, Gemini, you might be starting to prioritize yourself. And that's so uncomfortable for you because you're not used to that. And that brings about a lot of fear, doubt, and insecurity. The unknown is like the scariest place for your ego. And that's where that control is coming from. Your ego likes the predictability of old habits and old cycles. It likes knowing how things are going to play out, what it's going to feel like, the fact that you're going to survive it. And that is where why the unknown is so vitally important for us on our journey, is because the more that we embrace that unknown with faith, the more we don't allow that fear, doubt, and insecurity to make our decisions for us. Most people are living allowing their fear, doubt, and insecurity to control their decision making. Most people are. And breaking into a spiritual journey and starting to put yourself first and starting to, actually figure out what you want as opposed to what everyone, expects of you, that's where um, you have to embrace the unknown so much, because the reason that we have certain paths, we've got to learn to break out of those paths, is because those paths that we once had were almost placed on us through our parents' expectations of us, what we've learned, just through our experiences, society, and our other relationships. Like, all of those things teach us that we have to do things a certain way. And a lot of that can be, oh, well, I have to sacrifice my needs or desires for the sake of other people, or I have to put everybody first. I have to take care of everybody. I have to prioritize every single person on this earth except for myself, because that's where my value lies. My value lies in what I can provide and not for who I am. And so I feel like you're going through kind of this unknown energy right now. And I feel like I want this reading to be the confirmation that, like, it's going to be okay. You're going to get to the other side, as long as you don't allow your fear, doubt, and insecurity to pull you back to the safety of old habits. Because if you do, you're going to go through it all again. There's nothing wrong with it. If you end up in old cycles, you'll break out of those just like you did the first time, right? It's again, don't add fear and shame to the situation, but I just feel like there's this need to start to uncover the reasons why you haven't, like, prioritized yourself. That's why you haven't gotten what it is that you deserve. You don't think that you're deserving of it for who you are. Recent past for Gemini, clarifying this judgment in reverse. I'm pretty sure that was the judgment. Yeah, okay. Okay. The truth that you're needing to see here, Gemini, is the same thing, right? Needing to see the truth beyond what's really going on, is that you have been, and again, this is the past, but you have been very wired for survival mode. And survival mode is this belief that it's completely up to you. That if you don't do it and do it perfectly, that you're going to fail, or you're going to end up broke or homeless or alone forever, or whatever the case is. It's the belief that you are not supported by the universe, that you do not have support, and that it's entirely up to you. And that survival mode, it can keep you in that place of control for a very long time. And your survival mode is what keeps leading to this place of lack. Now, it can be hard to switch that mindset, because if you're like, I'm doing everything I can and I'm still in a place of lack, and say that I surrender that over, then what if I end up in even a worse position than I am now? I mean, you literally have, like, the Hangman, this kind of card of surrender, of let it go. But you have to learn that, and maybe you have, again, we're talking about your past here, that you are very supported. You are being guided in the direction of what it is that you desire, but you have to let that happen. And I feel like there's a part of you that's holding on to that control that doesn't allow you to fully embrace the unknown. And that unknown is where miracles happen. It's where your manifestations are created. Recent past for Gemini, clarifying this Emperor in reverse. Recent past for Gemini, clarifying the Emperor in reverse, please. The fear that you're holding on to control out of fear, which is what's keeping you out of alignment here. And second guessing yourself is adding to that. You're holding on out of fear, which is keeping you out of alignment. And I feel like you've started kind of tiptoeing into alignment, kind of like maybe some of you have more so than others, but I feel like you're starting to kind of like maybe course correct. All of the readings this week have been like course correction. Maybe you're starting to kind of course correct to reprioritize, to put to start to align your life with your values and things like that. But there's this need to see in your past that the reason that you haven't gotten to where you want to be is because a lot of your decisions have been made from a place of fear. And that's okay. Again, most people are living in that fear. But this is breaking, like when you hear like a breaking out of the matrix or breaking out of survival mode, like that's what this is all about. It's breaking out of the belief that your decisions have to be made to avoid a worst case scenario. Your decisions can be made to choose to believe in a best case scenario. And think about how different your life would be if you switched that perspective. If you stopped saying, I'm doing this to avoid something bad happening, and you start saying, I'm doing this because of the potential, of the possibility that could come from it, of the fulfillment and the happiness that I feel when I'm investing in this path. Instead of being like, oh, I have to be miserable all the time or else my bills aren't going to get paid, or I have to be miserable in this relationship and suffer for the majority of it to have that small amount of happiness, in it. And that belief is going to carry over into all aspects of your life, because you're going to start to use fear as a motivating factor for what it is that you do and how you interact with your environment. And when that's your underlying energy and your choices, you're gonna end up actually manifesting what it is that you're trying to avoid, which is what I feel like you're needing to see here. All right, let's shift gears. Current energy for Gemini. You have this Five of Pentacles. It was in reverse when it came out, but I flipped it over for the sake of my brain. Clarifying this Five of Pentacles for Gemini's current energy. See, I feel like you're kind of dealing with like a little bit of feeling very hopeless right now. Not like totally, not like you're like, man, my life is over. Nothing's ever going to work out for me. Some of you might be in that, but I do feel like there's kind of this like, what's the point kind of energy. Because I do feel like first and foremost, give yourself some credit. You've done a good job. And I feel like there's a need for you to understand that just because you don't have it all figured out right now doesn't mean you're not doing a good job. I mean, we have to learn that at any moment we are doing the best that we can with the knowledge and the resources that we have, and that is enough, okay? But it also doesn't mean that you have to be stuck in that energy for forever. Things can change, and you can be the catalyst for those changes that need to happen. But I feel like you need to find a balance there. You obviously want things to change, but you need to also kind of give yourself some credit for how far you've come. Anyway, that was a little bit different, but you're feeling kind of this hopelessness, and I feel like it's probably coupled with a little bit of burnout, because again, that's kind of where I'm getting that like, what's the point? Is because you are doing what you feel you can do. It's not that you're not doing enough. It's that this time period, people think that manifestation is about, oh, if I think positive, good things will happen. No. If you think positive and you redirect your energy towards what it is that you desire, you're going to get on the path to that. But it doesn't mean that it's just going to happen like that. In fact, the moments where you feel like nothing is working out for you, and those moments where you're doubting yourself heavily and you're experiencing, that self-doubt, those are actually inevitable on the path to manifesting the life that you desire. Those moments of self-doubt are going to happen, and there is no avoiding them. You are not going to wake up and your manifestations are just going to be true. That'd be amazing if that could happen, but we are human beings and our brains are wired one way and we're trying to rewire them another way. And the only way that we can do that is through experience. We can learn all day long. We can have all of the knowledge in the world, but that isn't actually going to retrain yourself to do anything differently, because you're not actually experiencing what you need to experience to put that knowledge to use. So you can know all day long, things are working out for me, things are working out for me, things are working out for me. But you're not going to believe it until you experience things seemingly not working out for you and then realizing that they actually do. So this time right now of going through this period of being very lost and unsure is happening so that things can work out for you. It's not happening as a punishment or to say that you're doing anything wrong. This is a message from the universe to say, keep focusing on the direction you want to go instead of allowing that fear to creep in and say, go back to your comfort zone. All right, let's get some more on the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is that self-doubt energy here. Clarifying the Seven of Wands in reverse for Gemini's current energy. Clarifying the Seven of Wands. Okay. Outside of your comfort zone is the only... There's a Seven of Wands in reverse. Outside of your comfort zone is the only place where you are ever actually going to receive. So if you're experiencing fear and doubt, good. It probably means you're going the right way. And I feel like what you're needing to see is that the time that it's taking to get from where you are to where you want to be, that time is the most important part of getting to where you want to be. It's where the journey happens. It's where the learning happens. It's where the growth happens. It's where the point is. And I feel like there's this part of you that's like, no, I want to be there. I just want to get there. I want to have what it is that I want. I just want to. No one can just snap their fingers and have their dreams come true. If that were the case, everyone would be living their dreams. Everyone would be living the life of their dreams and I wouldn't have a job, which would be fantastic. But what I want to really put into your mind in this reading is that oftentimes when things don't feel like they're working out, they're actually working out in ways that are better than you can even imagine. It's just that you doubt it and your fear is going to be the loudest, and all of those things that you're kind of experiencing right now are happening because they have to. You can't carry your self-doubt into your success. You can choose success regardless of self-doubt, but you can't carry that self-doubt if you again woke up tomorrow with everything you wanted and still didn't believe that you were deserving of it. You would sabotage it away. And you're deserving of the things that you desire. All right. Clarifying this. Oh my gosh, this is such a long reading. Clarifying the Seven of Swords. Just realized that. For Gemini's current energy. I feel like I'm getting... This reading is like the why I enjoy having a job. What you can't see is that things are actually working out for you. Things are turning in your favor to your justice. Wheel of Fortune and the Justice. Things are actually working out for you. Can't see it yet. You don't feel it yet. That's okay. You don't need to know it. You just need to believe it. Believe that things are working out for you in the way that you desire, in the way that's best, the highest good for all, for you, for everyone around you. All right, we're going to hop on over to the extended to your immediate future. You have a fiery climax approaches with the Temperance in reverse. I'm going to pull messages and then clarify those, and then I have an advice card to pull at the end. Thank you so much, Gemini, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Gemini, I wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Gemini.